great question. So how do I feel about clean skincare and fragrance? Well, let's start with fragrance. Fragrance doesn't bother me. Pick and choose my battles. So if there's a product that I like that may have fragrance in it, and I like what it does for my skin, I'm going to keep using the product. If you have acne prone skin or eczema, you may want to try to stay away from fragrance. But for instance, this is a new toner I'm using called the Peptide 9 from Metapeel. I do not like the way it smells. There is a slight fragrance. It's at the end of the ingredient deck, so it doesn't mean there's a lot. There's still a fragrance to it. I don't love it, but I really like what this toner does for my skin, so I'll just deal with it. Aaron's Double Serum. It has fragrance in it, but I like what it does for my skin. The fragrance doesn't bother me. In fact, I think it smells magical. I absolutely love this serum. La Mer is my girl. She's got fragrance in it. I'm not gonna stop using La Mer. People have different opinions, right, on fragrance. Some people are like diehard, no fragrance about anything. It doesn't matter how wonderful the product is. If it has fragrance, then it's evil and it has to go. Okay, that's a little extreme, right? If I had my say, I wouldn't have any fragrance in products. In fact, my Mix and Method Afterglow is fragrance free. I prefer fragrance free, but I'm not gonna down a skincare brand or a product because they decide to use fragrance and stuff. I think that's very immature. Either way, there's different fragrances. You have synthetic and then you have natural fragrances. Daniel Artemisia, they've used natural ingredients to create this beautiful fragrance that I think makes it smell like a spa. Clean skincare, a real thing. I mean, yes, it's a term, but in the same way, I feel that clean skincare can be marketed as medical grade skincare. It's just a title. This is where it becomes highly important that you understand what ingredients are and where they come from. Let's talk exactly about what clean skincare means to some. Free of toxins like parabens, sulfates, that type of stuff. They have a shorter ingredient deck, so it's easier to understand. My Mix and Method Gua Sha Glow has 5 ingredients: green tea oil, green caviar oil, blueberry seed oil, manuka honey, and blue tansy. That's it. Do I consider this a clean product? Yeah. Does it have fragrance to it? It does. But you know where the fragrance comes from? The blue tansy. So is this clean? Yes. Is it fragrance free? By definition, no, but it's a natural fragrance. So that's where the gray line starts. For a product to be considered clean, it doesn't need to come from any type of animal. So your PDRN, your snail mucin, your beloved beef tallow would not be considered clean skincare. Your beef tallow may be considered natural, but it is in no way clean. So there you go. You got a difference now between clean and natural. Say you want to keep it clean and you don't want to use the real salmon PDRN. So that's when you would go with IOPE PDRN because it's plant-based. What's confusing is not every brand can agree on what clean is. Some say without parabens and sulfates, that means it's clean. There's really no certifying body that can test and verify that a product is clean by certain standards. It's really left up to the company and the individual's definition of what clean is. Drunk Elephant considers their skincare brand to be clean because they avoid the suspicious 6. I know some suspicious 6s too, but that's another story. Silicones, essential oils, chemical screens, SLS, drying alcohols, and fragrance and dyes. The big question is, how are you supposed to know if something is clean or natural? Until there are clearer regulations put on skincare, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to research your ingredients, check your brand's certifications, how they harvest their ingredients for their product. Back to the whole thing, if you put yourself in a box of, I'm only using clean beauty, that's all I'm going to use, it's going to be really difficult for you to do because you're not really sure just how clean it is. It's not regulated enough to where people have to just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of research on your part. But that's what's so fun about skincare. It's like, what is your skin like? What is it not like? Do experiments on your skin. Don't take every person sitting in front of you. Don't take their word that fragrance is the devil. Clean beauty is the only thing you need. If you're not using natural skincare, I can't talk to you. Don't do that. Honestly, you have to be in charge of what you are buying with your hard-earned money and what you're choosing to put on that beautiful, delicate skin of yours. I do not believe in the de-influencing culture because I refuse to insult your intelligence. You know what you like and what you don't like. Nobody around here knows everything. As much as they try to convince you that they know everything, they don't. At the end of the day, this is skincare. It's highly important, but it's fun too.